Do you know that Kazakhstan has the second highest divorce ratio in the world? So there are 4.6 divorces per 1,000 persons. In addition to this fact, the Nation Bureau confirmed that there is still 34 and 7% of marriages that are resulted by divorce. This statistics shows that the divorces are a common sociological issue within the Kazakhstan Republic society. These statistics highlight the growing significance of the divorces as the serious problem from our public and policymakers to resolve such problem. To address this critical issue, our research aims to investigate the key factors of divorces that are happening in Kazakhstan.
Interference by relatives is the most common factor of divorce among Kazakh couples. This is our main argument out of 3.
Interfering relatives and lack of moral restriction were cited as the most common cause of divorce among Kazakh couples. Kazakhstan has a high divorce rate. However, there is a statistical data on high marriage rates. This means that young Kazakhs are ready to marry, but unfortunately, every third marriage falls apart in Kazakhstan. Traditional gender role play a part in Kazakhstan's high divorce rate. There are traditional prescriptions for wife's role in the family. For example, a wife should have the ability to handle the housework, like cooking, cleaning the house, and getting up earlier to cook for husband or parents-in-law. Also, the wife should be caring and attentive to the children, but also to work. When relatives find out about their spouse, they begin to invent all sorts of thoughts. It would be fine if they stopped there, but they began to invade their marriage life. The logic of such relatives is difficult to understand. According to various sources, it is clearly that they somehow reach the point where the family breaks up, largely due to pressure from them. Nevertheless, it makes no sense to throw all the blame on them. One of the ways to avoid this when problems existed in the family, first of all, not to run to relatives for their help. It is advisable go to a family psychologist. And this statement is proven by an article posted on the Astana Times. The primary reason for divorce among Kazakh couples were reported as meddlesome family members and the shortage of moral constraints.
So, the problem in this situation is actually boundaries of the family. So, boundaries are the bedrock upon which healthy relationships are built. Here's why they are absolutely crucial. We have 3 factors for this. The first one is respect and autonomy. Healthy boundaries ensure that each person's autonomy and individuality are not just acknowledged but actively respected. When boundaries are honored, it is a clear demonstration of fundamental respect for each other's rights and personal preferences. The second one, communication hub. Clearly defined boundaries provide the perfect platform for open and honest communication. They enable individuals to express their needs, expectations, and limits effectively, preventing misunderstanding and conflicts. The third one, emotional well-being. Emotional boundaries act as a shield that protects your mental and emotional well-being. They help you maintain a sense of self and prevent emotional exhaustion that can result from taking on emotions of others. One aspect that should not be ignored is increasing your daily habits and creating habits to reach goals. First important reason is permissiveness. Of course, on both sides. This reason arises from many factors. At first glance, it may seem that the reason is global, but in fact it arises from small problems like misunderstanding, infidelity, and alcoholism. The responsibility of parents is to see that their adult children effectively integrate into society, establish successful careers or business, build happy families, and get respect from their peers. A child loses the shore and develops into an unruly monster if they are not taught how to follow a logical social hierarchy from an early age, in which parents are always more significant and respected than children. Earners have more weight in society than dependents. and parents confuse roles.
The third main reason of the divorce in Kazakhstan is the financial problems. The money is one of the main part of our life, and it's directly affect for our quality of life. Respectively, in marriage, the financial is also important, and it could be a reason of the divorce in marriage. Bad financial situation make the members of the family more unhappy and destroy the relationship between them. Due to financial literacy of citizens, financial problems are one of the main reasons of divorce in Kazakhstan. The research center Молодежь conducted a survey among young couples about the main reason of the divorce in marriage, and the result was quite logical: poverty and the lack of housing. It's clarified that 48.6% is responsible to noted financial problems as a cause, and 32.6% cite lack of housing is the main reason. Financial situation is not only affects for divorce, but also its effects for a quantity of marriage. According to the cursive research, to trace a connection between the people income and the number of marriages in the country, they compared the index of the real money income and the marriage rate. By their observation, a change in the direction of growth of the real money income index in the direction of another of the reporting period has been the same effect on the marriage rate in the next year. For example, on 1998, the real income index fell to 99% from 102 and 4% in 1997, and in 1999 the marriage rate fell from 5.75 from 6.4 in 1998. The same pattern was observed in 2013, when the level of the real money income index dropped from 102.9% against from 107.5% in the previous year. The number of marriage per thousand of people in 2013 decreased from 9.89 to 9.22. By this statistic, we can understand the financial position directly affects on the number of marriage and the divorce.
In our discussion section for our research, our group prepared the survey for KIMAP students for asking the clarification and opinion of the key factors and the main issues of the divorces. In our research, we got 16 responses of the students who currently study at KIMAP. Our first question of research is: are you currently married, separated, or divorced? 71.4% are separated, 21.4% are married, and only 7.1% are divorced. So basically this question stands for the further clarification of the answers by our students to understand the actual statistics of the students who experience the divorce and marriage. So we consider that the 29% of the answers are clarified and clear, because such people know the marriage, know the causes of divorce better than other 71% of students. The second question of our research, that is there anyone you know who is divorced? 62.5% thinks yes, 35% people thinks that no, and only 12.5% thinks that maybe. Basically, this question is about the students who actually know their friends or acquaintances that experience and through past the divorce. So this question is really important and has a big value for us, just to clarify the percentage of the students who can say some value information and value point of view on the behalf of their friends and people that they know.
So the next question is divorce a common thing happening in current Kazakhstani society? As you can see, half of the people answered maybe, half of the yes, others no. That's pretty interesting. So for this question we also wrote another option. So if yes, what do you believe is the most common reason for divorce in Kazakhstan? By only looking to these answers we can approve our research, because they're pretty interesting. Let's check that out. So, unconscious decision making, lack of mutual understanding. This is really approving our second argument. Jewish community, pretty interesting answer. Argues different life goals, early marriage, material inequality, domestic abuse. Most likely one of the biggest problems is early marriage between the couples of 18 and 22 years old. That depends on person, really. Who knows? Really, who knows, yeah. Unconscious choice that affected by society, domestic violence, mentally that person must marry before 13. Yeah, that's approving our first argument. Unconscious, no. Other people's opinion affects couple marriage life. They get married too early. Their views on life, reluctance to work on relationships and talk to each other. Couples don't know each other very well and marry. Yep, that's true. Money, of course. Domestic violence.
Also, in survey, we asked from our respondents to evaluate from 1 to 5 relative effects on divorce, and 33.3% give a maximum point, 26 and 7 give a 4 point, and 33.3 give a 3 point. That's results. If how we see in the bar graph, pie chart, we understand that the most of the people think that it's give really effects of divorce. Also, we asked to evaluate from 1 to 5 the lack of mutual understanding causes for divorce, and half of the respondents said that give the maximum point, and 37.5% of the respondents give a 4 point. That means that most big part of the respondents think that lack of mutual is one of the biggest problem of divorce.
Also, we asked participants to evaluate to the question financial problems result in divorce. 3 of them is 25%. It is 3 points, 4 points, and 5 points. Another 25% is divided between 1 and 2 points. Each of them is 12.5%. And the next question is we also asked to evaluate from 1 to 5. It is drunkenness result divorces, and mostly participants choose 5 points. It is 56.3%. The second mostly chosen, it is 3 points, 37 and 5%. Another, they all choose 4 points, and nobody choose 1 and 2.
The next question is, if the marriage life is different from what you expected, would you consider divorce? So we have 14 responses for this question, and the majority answers are It depends on the problem itself. If the problem is huge and hard to recover, then the answer is yes. But on the other hand, people tend to rebuild the relationship and trust between each other, because marriage and divorce is a great responsibility. And the next question is how to limit the number of divorce cases in Kazakhstan. Please give a short comment. For this question, we also got 14 responses, and some of the answers are: install values from early childhood, have a psychological preparation before marriage. Also, to show that marriage is not just a registration in state organs, but also mutual responsibilities. Also need to change some traditional thoughts.
In conclusion, the high divorce rates in Kazakhstan are a pressing concern with complex causes. Our research has revealed three key factors of divorce in Kazakhstan. They are relative interference, permissiveness, and financial problems. The primary argument that we put before others is relative interference, because as statistics show, most divorce in Kazakhstan caused due to relative pressure. And to address the growing issue of divorce in Kazakhstan, we propose a set of recommendations. Firstly, there is a need for awareness campaigns and educational programs, emphasizing the importance of setting boundaries with your relatives. We believe that providing counseling and support to couples can significantly reduce divorce rates. Secondly, addressing financial problems is essential. We recommend financial literacy programs to equip individuals and couples with the knowledge and skills to manage their finances effectively. Countries that have effectively implemented such programs have seen positive outcomes, and it is important to acknowledge the limitations of our research. We conducted a quantitative analysis which, while valuable, doesn't provide a comprehensive understanding of the social dynamics leading to divorce. Additionally, our research was constrained by time and resources. A more extensive and diverse sample could provide a richer understanding of the issue. Future research should aim to overcome these limitations. We invite you to reflect the role of family dynamics and financial stability in your own relationships. Remember that open communication and mutual understanding can be the keys to building lasting and resilient marriages.